Hello, Miss Emma. This is Mina. I'm going to read a clip from Anne of Green Gables, Chapter 10. Mrs. Barry gets mad. It rained all day Sunday, so Anne couldn't go out to play with Diana. On Monday afternoon, Marilla sent her to Mrs. Lynde's on an errand. Soon Anne came running back up the lane, crying. She dashed into the kitchen and flung herself on the sofa. Whatever is wrong now? Anne asked Marilla. Anne sat up. Mrs. Lynde went to visit Mrs. Barry today, she wailed. And Mrs. Barry said, I got Diana drunk on Saturday. She said, I am a bad little girl. She's not going to let Diana play with me ever again. Marilla stared at Anne in amazement. Got Diana drunk, she exclaimed. What on earth did you give Diana to drink? Nothing but raspberry cordial. And I never thought that could get people drunk. Fiddlesticks, said Anne. She marched the sitting room pantry. There on the shelf was the bottle marked raspberry cordial. It was the bottle Marilla had used for some of her famous homemade currant wine. Marilla remembered that she had put a bottle of raspberry cordial in the cellar instead in the pantry as she had told Anne. She went back to the kitchen chuckling a little in spite of herself. And you certainly know how to get yourself in trouble. You gave Diana currant wine instead of cordial. Couldn't you tell it wasn't cordial? I didn't taste it, said Anne. Oh, Marilla, Mrs. Barry thinks I did it on purpose. There, child, don't cry, Marilla said. You weren't to blame. Just go to Mrs. Bennet and tell her it was an accident. I don't think I could face Diana's mother, Anne said with a sigh. I wish you'd go. Marilla, she might listen to you. Well, I will. Marilla said, don't cry any more, Anne. It will be all right. But it wasn't all right. Anne couldn't tell that from Marilla's face when she came home. Mrs. Barry won't forgive me, will she? And sadly, Mrs. Barry indeed, snapped Marilla. Of all the unreasonable woman I'd ever saw, she's the worst. I told her it was a mistake and you weren't to blame, but she simply didn't believe me. Well, she marched off into the kitchen. Marilla slipped into Anne's room later that night. She saw that Anne had cried herself to sleep. Poor little girl, Marilla murmured. She lifted a loose curl of hair from Anne's face. Then she bent down and gently kissed Anne's flushed cheek. The next morning, Anne came downstairs carrying her school books and slate. I am going back to school, she announced. That's all there is left for me now that my best friend is gone forever. Marilla was surprised but glad that Anne had finally decided to go to school again. The girls welcomed Anne with open arms. They had missed her. Ruby Gillis passed 3 plums over to her. Ella, May, Macpherson gave her a huge paper pencil. Katie Bolter gave her an empty bottle to keep scent water in. The girls weren't the only ones who were glad to see Anne. After lunch, Anne found a big apple on her desk. She was about to take a bite when she remembered that kind of big apple only grew in the Blythe orchard. Gilbert Blythe had left the apple on her desk and dropped the apple as if it were a red-hot piece of coal. Then she wiped her hands on her handkerchief. Still, Anne was very happy to be back at school with her friends, but she had to sit with Minnie Andrews. She missed Diana very much. Diana might have smiled at me once, I think, Anne said to Marilla that night. But the next morning a note and a small package were passed to Anne. The note read, "Dear Aunt, Mother says I'm not to play with you or talk with you even in school. It isn't my fault, and don't be mad at me. I missed you, and I don't like Gertie pie one bit. I made you a bookmark out of red tissue paper. They're very fashionable right now. Only 3 girls in school know how to make them. When you look at it, remember your true friend, Diana Barry." And wrote back, "My own darling Diana, of course I'm not mad at you because you have to obey your mother. I will keep you present forever." Minnie Andrews is nice, even though she has your imagination, but after having been your best friend, I cannot be meanness. You are forever and are Cordelia Shirley. P.S. I'll sit with you your letter under my pillow tonight. Thank you for watching, chat.